Present day. Can I fight Ryu again? Probably. Oh, he's not even gonna confront us? Wait, am I still playing as Ryu? Oh. Wait, is this just Ryu going back through the Divine Dragon base as him instead of Yakumo? So that's why they cut the Wind Valley short. This really is just the Devil May Cry 4 formula. That's so odd. Who am I fighting, though? The Divine Dragon Knights don't want to hurt me, right?
Fiends.
Fiends, I guess. I guess the question is, how long is this chapter going to be? Are they going to short us out again, or are they going to give me a full-length chapter, or a full Ryu-length chapter? We might finish stream a lot earlier than I thought today. Oh, I should have done a stealth kill. I bet I could have done that. Ow. Oh, you guys do have grab moves. Oh, they are relentless. It's just two dudes. Come on, Ryu. These two guys have took down so much of my HP. I feel so uncool when I get caught by something with him, because unlike Yakumo, he doesn't recover quickly. Yakumo just springs back right into action. There's something over here. Oh, it's just a gate. Never mind. Watching the door just come back and block my camera. Nice stealth kill. Almost didn't get you. Oh, this is where they want me to go? Of course, it's marked by yellow. Oh. Oh, they want me to do the stupid, like, wall run climb that Ryu likes to do in the other games. Except it works a lot smoother this time. I think it's playing Ryu's theme in the background. Or at least I hear notes from it. There we go. That barely increased my health. Stupid walls ruining my cinematic finishes. Nice. The music died down. Oh. Am I getting ready for a boss fight? He only has missions for his first 2 chapters. Ryu here. What am I fighting? Oh, just a regular big demon? Why does this look like the big dudes from Silent Hill F? Ooh, that did a lot of damage. Made the Wind Blade not good for bosses. Okay. At least Ryu gets at least one new enemy to himself. Although this guy feels more like a mini-boss than a boss. Oh, darn it. His phase change blocked me from doing damage to his second bar. He also kind of looks like a Claire Obscure enemy. Like a little bit like the Goblu. He really is like that big dude from Silent Hill F, really. Except blue. Ooh, that was really good. Okay, so Ryu got his own enemy. But it wasn't very fantastic or difficult for a Ryu exclusive enemy, nor plot relevant. I'll take it, I guess. Hey Catboy Baker, welcome to the stream, thanks for stopping by today. Do I still have another boss fight after this? don't know if I see Muramasa again. Nope, it's just a cutscene.
Fancy seeing you here.
Sayori.
Ryu, there's something I need your help with.
The jewel of the Dark Dragon.
If, and only if, you deem him worthy. Give Yakumo this jewel.
When did she have a chance to give him this?
Sayori.
It's fine. I've made my choice.
Because this is a flashback.
I need to take responsibility for what I've done. And if we can stop the Dark Dragon and save Yakumo from the curse of his bloodline, it will all be worth it in the end.
Oh, this is when we were cutting comms with her, and we caught bits of her conversation. So Ryu was just in the building nearby when she died?
You helped me more than you realize, Ryu. Time to return the favor.
Because at the beginning of this chapter, it felt like he was running from far away to catch up with us, but he was actually quite close when this all happened. So, also, like, Ryu and Sayori have such perfectly nice, smooth skin, which is great. It looks good. But I kind of wish they had, like a pores or something, because it just makes it feel like it's too perfect. It's too unattainable. Like, I like it because a lot of games we've been playing recently have had really good graphics, but then they include like small things like pores and stuff, like small imperfections that kind of make things feel a little bit more real, but they didn't do that, which is fine. It's a stylistic choice. I think it would have been cool. Yeah, another short chapter from Ryu. Wow.
Only you can defeat him. Purify him.
Yakumo, do you copy? Yakumo!
Umi.
Yakumo! Thank goodness. What the heck is going on over there?
I'll fill you in later. Proceeding with the mission.
So is she actually gonna stay dead? I thought we maybe like find a way to bring her back or resurrect her by the end of the game, but
We're all counting on you, but please come back home safe.
where am I going? I mean, I'm assuming I'm going up to confront the dragon, but why are we going back into the facility? Look how this guy was just pawing at the ground. I miss you, Yakumo. You're way more fun than Ryu. way faster too. Oh wait, I'm just going back through the place where Ryu just went. Am I going to that door? Also, still find it so silly that Tyran does, like, nothing. Even though he seems to actually have an interest in, you know, helping the world on some level. Like, it's not like he's completely indifferent. Wait, why didn't you run along the wall? Wait, why didn't he run along the wall? Is it because my camera's not angled right? Wait, why doesn't he want to do a double wall run? What? Oh, it's because I jumped too late? Okay, whatever. I'll accept a couple of little bugs here and there. It's probably user error anyways. I like how none of these fiends are on alert. So interesting, when Yakumo uses his L2 moves, he does like a slow, heavy strike. It's good for breaking enemy guards. But when Ryu, and like Yakumo's normally fast, and then he does a slow, heavy strike with L2. Well, Ryu is slow normally, and then you press L2, and if he hits something, he does like a super speed attack. So they really are complete opposites, even though they both kind of serve the same function. I also like how Ryu just came through here, and the open chests he left are not there, and there's blood already on the walls. Who do you think's replenishing these chests? Oh, I'm already here. That was fast. Less enemies then.
I think you're ready for something new.
Like an achievement for buying everything now? I think this must be the last of the upgrades.
Show him who's boss. You've got this.
I'm surprised he doesn't have anything new to say. This is the last chapter. Tyran, you don't have much choice. You don't have much of a chance to talk anymore. How am I gonna defeat 50 of everything? I mean, I guess these missions are meant for New Game Plus. Unless they're gonna throw a bunch of things at me at the end.
Once I purify the Dark Dragon, our mission will finally be over.
I know, Yakumo. I know you can do it.
Is Umi not gonna say anything about Misaki? I feel like she'd be like, whoa, that was a surprise. So Ryu should just be up ahead. I feel like we're still gonna fight Ryu one last time. There's no way these two aren't gonna clash one more time. It always goes that way.
So you've come, Raven.
Back off, Hayabusa. The Dark Dragon is mine.
Come on, Yakumo, you have 4 different weapons now.
If you truly think you have what it takes to slay the Dark Dragon, prove it.
Hey, Peckerton, welcome to the stream. Thanks for following and being a froggy friend. Ooh, that was a good counter.
You're dead. Never had a chance.
Oh, he dodges that? That's not fair. Could've told me that earlier.
Weak.
Ooh, Ayazuna dropped the Master Ninja. Well, I'm actually doing better in phase 2 than I was in phase 1.
Say goodnight.
I'm so glad there's no QTEs in this game. I'm glad they didn't go that route.
Yakumo.
I keep forgetting that Yakumo
From Sayori. The jewel of the Dark Dragon.
doesn't wear gloves.
The Dark Dragon Blade. The blade of legend harnessing the power of the cursed worm itself. Blackened rain beckons our bloodline's amends through the death of his priestess. Must the dragon be cleansed? In the hands of a Raven Clan ninja, it has the power to purify the dragon once and for all. Now go. Dark Dragon's fate and Sayori's will are in your hands.
Oh, so does this replace my regular blade? Dark Dragon Blade, a sword of immense evil said to be forged from the bones of the Dark Dragon. Although once destroyed by Ryu Hayabusa, This blade of legend was restored when a fragment of the shattered sword and a Magatama jewel housing the essence of the Dark Dragon were combined by a master ninja of the Raven clan. I'm glad that they actually let Yakumo defeat Ryu, like an honest-to-God, like, defeat, because, like, a lot of games will have, like, the returning protagonist, right? And you want them to fight the new protagonist. And, of course, the previous protagonist has legacy and fan popularity, so a lot of times they're too afraid to make them lose, right? Because they want to show, like, that there's a mentor. But in this case, I feel like it was kind of warranted. I feel like it's good for Ryu to be passing on the torch, like, actually. And also because Ryu was, I won't say he was like a jerk this game, but like, they didn't do a very good job of portraying him, I feel like, in this game. I'm sure longtime Ryu Hayabusa fans might be upset at that, but I'm totally on board with this. Especially since Yakumo is so much fun to play. Wait, so how do I equip this weapon? Oh, it's like... Oh, I have to press up twice. Wait, what? Oh, it's in the middle. Oh, no. So what I do is if I equip a weapon, and then I press the same weapon twice, then it goes to this one. Because I'm just thinking, if they add another weapon with the DLC, how are they going to allow me to equip it that way? So this is like a traditional sword. It's almost like Ryu's skill set, I think. Oh, it is Ryu's. I think it is like Ryu's moveset. Slightly altered. So they really did give me all those last 4 missions, knowing that there was zero way I could accomplish them. Oh, maybe not, depending on how many enemies they throw at me. The Dark Dragon Blade is a legendary sword containing the malevolent power of the Dark Dragon itself. To equip the Dark Dragon Blade, press the D-pad in the direction of your currently equipped weapon. In base form, this weapon will unleash a series of quick attacks. In Shadow Gleam form, so I do get Gleam form now. If an attack with square or triangle hits an enemy, you'll follow up with additional attacks, triggering bloodbath kills. So it is just Ryu's skill set. So then why would I ever need Ryu? I guess Ryu still has ninjutsu, and I don't have ninjutsu, so that's... I'm starting to feel like they're just gonna leave Sayori dead. I'm starting to feel like she's not gonna come back. I also feel like we're not gonna see Achilles again. I thought maybe he would resurrect again because he's a fiend. But it's like, the fact that he just kind of shows up and is like, by the way guys, this was all my plan, and then dies, is kind of lame. I love how I can just fight in the fire without penalty. Oh, I thought I was supposed to jump into the wind and use my glider. Oh, there, they want me to do it there. I do like this weapon, though. I do like being able to zip around really quick like that. It just looks impressive. Wait, I got a new accessory slot and I haven't equipped anything yet. Leech health on bloodbath, slight attack increase. I'll take the attack increase, I think. Oh, increase the damage of ranged attacks. This will be good for if I use the box weapon. I'm gonna buy a bunch of these while I'm at it. So I don't get to buy new skills from the Dark Dragon Blade. This one still has like 2 expensive ones. Or 4 expensive ones, so I don't think I can finish this weapon. I didn't buy enough from these ones. I think that might be the only weapon I'll be able to finish. See a chest. Oh. I thought I was trying to land on that platform. Sometimes when you're in the wind and it curves, it doesn't do a good job of pointing the camera in the right direction. Am I already there? No way.
Ready for a round or two?
Now's not the time, Tyran.
This has been quite the mission, huh?
The end is within reach.
Wait. Is that what I think it is?
The Dark Dragon Blade. Hayabusa entrusted it to me. He told me to use it to purify the dragon.
You know what that means? He sees you as an equal. A master ninja. Go finish this.
I will. Thanks, Tyran.
It's all up to you, kid.
Umi. I'll finish this.
Oh, she's not even gonna say anything? Way to cheer me on before the final fight, Umi. Oh my god, this is such a long shaft. What the heck? This is so comedic. I'm just going straight to the top, right, to fight him? That was kind of goofy. What, is he gonna come down and fight me on this random platform? I guess. Oh, maybe I should replenish my potions. I didn't think I did. That's fine. His eye looks kind of goofy.
Time to put an end to this.
How do I attack you? Well, those aren't his eyes, I think. Those are just plates on the side of his head or something. Oh no, maybe those are his eyes. Hard to tell. See, should I switch to the box weapon? Because I'm not sure if this does damage. Like, barely. If I just... Oh, it does do damage. I thought that only the Dragon Blade could hurt him. I guess only the Dragon Blade could finish him. This fight is not conducive to this weapon. Maybe I should have equipped the accessory that increases range damage. It's probably not the best way to fight him, but it feels a lot more efficient. Well, why even eyeball on the side of your body? Kind of weird, bro. I mean, the ranged weapon's working. I'm slowly whittling him down, and just... it feels a little anticlimactic and uncool. Doesn't help that I can't see him. Right into his maw. Oh, we're Shinryuing this. Am I supposed to zip over there? Oh, there's multiple platforms. Oh, I'm supposed to like run away. This. See, every time I switch back to the sword, he just moves out of range. Let me slice you. He doesn't really give me much opportunity to do melee attacks on him. And when he dives in close or with his jaw, the camera doesn't seem to like that either. Man, glad it's not like a super gimmicky fight though. 'Cause I don't like it when they give you like a gimmicky fight at the end. Ninja Gaiden 1, but Ninja Gaiden 3 also had a gimmicky final boss. I think Ninja Gaiden 2 was okay for final boss. feel like Ryu totally could have helped me. If my regular weapons were able to damage him. Well, that's a cool shot. Oh, you have a humanoid form? Wait, it's just me or that looks like me? That looks like my devil, that looks like if Yakumo had a devil trigger. Okay, so there's another fight.
Here.
Okay, I was gonna be disappointed if that was the last fight. So I'm just fighting myself, really. So this time I'm Ryu. Because I have Ryu's skill set. You know, he kind of reminds me of Leaf from Fire Emblem Heroes. He's got the mouth guard and the blue glowy thing and the kind of dark hair. He's got a tail too, that's kind of cool. I kind of wish he spoke. It's a little impersonal. Yeah, I'm glad we actually got to use the sword for the last fight. I would have felt bad if my last fight was just me hurling shurikens. Phase 2. Oh. Okay, all the lyrics kicking in. That's what I'm wanting.
It's over.
This sword is very long. I'm surprised no bosses in this game had more than 2 health bars, though. I thought the last couple bosses they would give me like 3 or 4 health bars boss. Oh, that was a cool finish.
Put her there, partner. Wait! The soul of the Dark Dragon is inside of me.
Yakumo, Please.
Yakumo, come in! Oh, please tell me you're alright.
Yeah. It's done.
His sword looks like the old Lego fire piece. I know exactly which piece you're talking about. Hey, Lork, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. This looks like Mirror's Edge now.
Ready to roll?
I'm on it.
Wait, am I playing? Do I get to fight during the credits? Oh yeah. Why am I still fighting these guys though? Shouldn't we be all good now? I'm not feuding with these guys anymore. Why are they fighting me? Do I still get different weapons? Oh, I do. Wouldn't it suck if you could die during the credits? That'd be so funny. Seriously though, I have no reason to be fighting these guys. Nice views though. Oh, why didn't you let me pull out my glider? Here we go. I like how the guy goes, my arm! Do I have access to my ultimate? Heck yeah. Do I have infinite charges in my ultimate? I love the Spider-Man portions of this game. Are they gonna incorporate the surfboard too during the credit scene? They created an entire level just for the credits, and they couldn't even give Ryu his own levels. Ah, he sliced us in half. He killed us at the end. This is fun. like I said, like I think they basically fixed everything that I don't like about Ninja Gaiden in this game. Like, the combat is buttery smooth. The camera is not fighting against me. Yakumo does not have an urge to jump into the lava every 5 seconds. Let me turn down the music a little bit. Oh, there's lyrics. Okay, let's listen to the music then. You blinked and we're done. Like a ninja, right? We were so fast. I like how Muramasa had a voice, even though he only has 2 lines in the whole game. A snicker and a sigh. Oh, Muramasa has a different voice in Japanese than English. Even though he only has a snicker and a sigh. I guess we're done with the vocal part of the ending. Hey Cole, welcome in. Oh, more lyrics. Sounds like they're about to start playing Devilbringer. Okay, I guess we're done with all the lyrics portion. We'll let it play out anyways before I start talking, just so I don't get interrupted. I don't know if there's a post-credit scene or something. It's nice that games are developed in all these different languages too, regularly now. Even if it's not like full voiceover in every language, it's nice that they have a translation for them. Young One, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for following and being a froggy friend. Welcome in. Yeah, every time I say I guess we're done the lyrics, the vocalist starts again, so... Hey, this is the karaoke part. You're supposed to add your own lyrics. Yeah, look at all these other companies they're mentioning. I thought that when they started mentioning the different, like, language translations, we were near the end. And then we have these companies where some of them only, like, 1 or 2 people worked on it. This goes to show you how many people go into making a game. Feels like, well, 1 person from Zero Crossing Incorporated. 1 person from Akala Wings. Special thanks, we must be near the end now. Is there a post-credit scene? And you! I love it when games say that at the end of the credits. The path of the ninja is one of solitude. Oh, I forgot they didn't even give me the mission screen for the final chapter. I wonder if this includes the credits. Probably not. I forgot they didn't even give me this screen yet. All chapters cleared. Oh, this is my final score. Is my total clear time only 7.5 because I changed it? No, I didn't change the difficulty partway through. I just changed the auto settings. Because on my save screen, it tells me I have like 12 hours on this game. And there's no way there's like 6 hours of cutscene. I'm just very confused how they added up this time. But I feel like every time I finish a Ninja Gaiden game, the time does not add up to what my game file says. But okay, I'll believe you, game. Why is it only 7.5 hours, though? Okay. Okay. Trials. You've unlocked Trials, accessible from Challenge mode on the title menu. Hone your ninja senses and overcome battles with special conditions. Well, the thing is, like, I didn't spend that much time in, like, loading and cutscenes in this game. There are barely any cutscenes. I think, actually, no, maybe that might be correct, because someone uploaded Ninja Gaiden 4 cutscene only playthroughs on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure they're only like 1.5 hours. So I guess that would bring me up to 9 hours. I'm pretty sure we did 2 4-hour streams, and then today was 2.5. We at least have 10.5 hours ish. Whatever. I'll trust you, game. I'll trust you. Death Wish. You've unlocked Death Wish, a setting available before starting each gameplay mode. With Death Wishes active, your health and blocking abilities are set to their base levels, and you cannot equip accessories. So that's like if you want extra challenge, I guess. If you have a Death Wish. Ryu Hayabusa. You have unlocked Ryu Hayabusa, available to select before starting each gameplay mode. Wielding the Dragon Sword, Ryu can use his powerful Gleam form to swiftly annihilate enemies. Take control of the legendary Super Ninja and eradicate the forces of evil. So I heard that once you finish the game, you can go back and play any chapter as either Yakumo or Ryu, which is cool, but also seems weird now that we played through Ryu's chapters, because his chapters are basically just shorter versions of Yakumo's chapters already. Yakumo and Ryu's inventory. Items, ninja coin, and weapon XP held by Yakumo and Ryu have been combined. From this point, both characters will share the same inventory. I mean, that doesn't really mean anything to me, because Ryu doesn't get weapon experience. And I'm drowning in ninja coins. You've unlocked Chapter Select and Purgatory Select, available from the challenge mode until... Oh, so if you want to go to the Purgatory gates directly, you can. You can now freely select any stage you've already completed and take on any Purgatory trial you've previously entered. Oh, but I haven't entered any of these Purgatory trials. I just like, walked past them. Difficulty, Master Ninja. You've unlocked Master Ninja difficulty, available in the chapter and stage selection screens. Only those with the will of a ninja can hope to overcome this lethal challenge, featuring enemies stronger than ever before. Oh my god, how many things have I unlocked? The Dark Dragon has been purified, and the Dark Dragon Blade, having served its purpose, has vanished from this plane of existence. However, as long as evil persists in the world, the Blade's reappearance is inevitable. Overcome the main story boss trials to restore the Blade once more. That was a lot of screens for unlocking nothing. I mean, not to say nothing, but... Oh, they're just gonna bring us back to the title screen. The way they bring their logo up looks like an old, like when you pop in an old DVD or VHS and those videos have like the little scene that shows the logo of the company that made the movie. It feels like one of those. A little old school. Oh, a new title screen. Wait, so if I do chapter select, I still have to click on a save file. Go like this. Do I... Okay, from here, there. Okay. So it tells you if you've cleared it with Yakumo or Ryu. Oh, this is normal difficulty. If I go here, it shows me what I've done. Man, I did not collect the Gordies. Oh, so as long as I've walked near them, I think it unlocks. Because I didn't actually enter these gates. I just walked near them. Trials. Test your skills against formidable enemies or take on unique battles with special conditions. You'll be rewarded upon your first completion of each trial. In boss trials, replay battles against formidable enemies at the difficulty level of your choosing. In combat trials, fight against enemies under various special conditions at set difficulty level. New trials will be unlocked as you complete them. So the thing is, in Ninja Gaiden 2 and 3, they do have trials, which we never did. But the trials also include bosses that were not in the game. Usually bosses that were from the previous game. So like in Ninja Gaiden 3, there are some bosses from Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2 you can fight in the trials that were not in the story of 3, because they just took the model. They took the same model from the previous game and maybe upscaled it a little bit. But this game, I feel like they probably didn't do that because it's like an entirely new graphical system and engine, so they probably didn't go back and take old bosses and refurbish them up. Why are my game settings green? Oh, I can change my title screen. Okay, that's neat. I appreciate that, because sometimes you like one title screen more than the other and you can't change it after you finish a game, so... Okay, let's look at the archives. I'm actually curious about this. Oh, okay, so it's just text. I was hoping it was like art gallery. Here, you guys can read this stuff by pausing the video on your own time. So she really just stayed dead, huh? Wait, actually, I'm kind of curious about this. Misaki was beaten to the brink of death when fiends overran Tokyo following the attempted resurrection, but ultimately was rescued by the Raven clan. In gratitude, he joined the clan as an advisor and intelligence officer. He gained a permanent limp from his injuries, and is a master of combat with a cane. And he already commands respect among his peers. Wow. This guy really pulled the wool over their eyes for ninjas. I'm glad we never got to see Umi, though. At the beginning, I thought that I wanted to see Umi, but I'm glad we kind of kept her unseen. She's close friends with Yakumo since youth. I feel like Tyran was... I know he's just basically a plot device for leveling up, but... I wish they utilized him at least in a couple cutscenes. She did nothing. Ayane was just here for eye candy, as usual. And I also hate her new outfit. I think it's horrendous. Why do all the girls in this game have a strap that goes right between their boobs? It looks incredibly uncomfortable. I also just wish I liked her with short hair. He lost an arm in a past campaign. His skill and dexterity are so exceptional he continues to stand among the best. He nearly lost his life in an attempt to subdue a demon to serve as warden to one of the Dark Dragon seals, and only survived by using his own body as a vessel. So that's why he had a demon form. Now carrying the creature inside him, Kagachi's become a half-demon, able to utilize this demonic power at will to materialize a severed arm. Do these guys have flavor text? Oh, they do. He's just the same dude with different colored armor. So there is a person inside this suit. The equipment worn by these soldiers sends a constant flow of chemical agent into the occupant, resulting in gigantism and superhuman strength at the cost of heavily impaired neural activity while inside. So it's like Bane from Batman. No permanent side effects have been documented, but few soldiers are willing to volunteer for the role. That's concerning. All ethical concerns raised within the DDO regarding the suit's deployment have been silenced. Wait, did we skip past all the lanterns? Oh, I was gonna say the lanterns should have come first, because we saw them earlier. I like how there's a fish version of the kettle as well. Oh, I knew there were female and male versions of this anime. I didn't realize the females were the ones that were ranged and the males were melee. I thought they just had two models. The ghost fish. They actually have a name this time. Wait, these are the bosses. What about the gates? The giant fish gates? Oh, there's a transform button. Oh, then I should have done that. Did these guys have transform? This guy did. Did the fish? No. This thing was gross. It really looks like something from Nier Replicant. And this guy had 2 pictures too. I'm surprised this thing doesn't have a name. It's just Kitsune Cortesian. This thing was kind of interesting, the way it switches between forms. This face was horrifying. He looks so smug here. Again, how did Sayori not know that it was him? I feel like she should have at least recognized it. Oh, the only difference between this one and this one is that this one has a scar across his chest because it's after Ryu beat him, and then this one does not. Oh, that's the end. Wait, the dark... Oh, I was gonna say... The Dark Dragon didn't have an entry. There he goes. It is known to have taken this human form only one other time to father a human child, and the resemblance to Yakumo stands in undeniable evidence of Yakumo's lineage. He turned into this form once to have a child? Oh my god, there's so much here. Well, I'm not reading all this, so... This might answer some of my questions about the game, actually. Probably not. Let's just flavor text about the areas we visited. Wait, does this explain the difference between a fiend and a demon? No, it does not. I keep assuming they're the same things, but there's a couple times in the game where they talk about them like they're separate entities. Oh, here. They are different. Demons are indigenous beings that inhabit areas of Tokyo. Because there's some enemies in the game that Sayori calls demon, and then later in the game they refer to the same thing as a fiend. Like, I think partway through the script they just kind of forgot what the difference between them was. So, like, the fiends are from a different dimension, but demons are from our world. But then, like, the giant fish thing we were chasing was supposed to be a demon, but then when we were chasing it, because it guards the shrine, but then when Ryu killed it, it was a fiend. So did he kill it as a fiend and then Sayori brought it back as a demon? That's the only explanation that makes sense to me. Wait, why is it still green? Oh, because these guys have multiple portraits. For the different types. I'm surprised the fish mouth enemy was not listed here, though. Actually, a lot of these guys had multiple portraits. Okay, let's talk about the game. That took a bit longer than I thought to go through, but that's okay. Because we're early. So I feel like this game fixes everything that I complained about with Ninja Gaiden games in the past. I mean, Ninja Gaiden 2 Black was a very good experience and almost fixed everything with the series, but obviously because it was a remake, it still had a few limitations that were native to the original Ninja Gaiden 2. So this one being completely new now fixes everything. In terms of combat, combat feels buttery smooth, switching between weapons, getting obliteration kills, traversal, movement, camera, all that is fixed. Traversal was good too. The grappling hook was great. It felt like Spider-Man-ish. The rails were actually really cool, very high-octane action. The gliders, not really as exciting, but once you combine it with the rails, it was pretty cool. The surfboard was actually pretty cool too, even though it was kind of only relegated to 1 or 2 zones. Those parts felt really cool. There were a couple times when you're traveling really fast though that the camera doesn't quite keep up with the glider so well, so you don't see the upcoming obstacles, but it's okay because you hit something, you take like 1 damage or something like that, and if you fail, the checkpoint system during those parts is pretty good. So very unlike previous Ninja Gaidens where they tried to do some kind of platforming and then failed spectacularly because your character would almost seem like they want to jump off the edge or into the lava, it felt like in this game your character didn't want to do that. It felt like they were actually a ninja, because it really felt bad when you were like supposed to be a super cool ninja and your character kept falling off into the lava. So I'm glad they fixed all that. The boss fights were cool. Every single boss had like 2 phases to them. They had a really cool like finishing cutscene for every boss, and I love it when they do that. We saw that in Lost Soul Aside too. Like, it just looks really cinematic as well. The effects, like when you're doing some of the bloodlust killers and then the whole screen turns red and black and then you see like the white slash go through, like that looks really cool. Sound design, really good. A lot of times during those boss fights when you go into second phase, suddenly it ramps up and the lyrics kick in. Or like you'll see a group of enemies come and then the music will ramp up and then it'll die down afterwards. That stuff was really good. The sound design, boss fights, all really fun. I kind of wish there was more enemy variety, but most of these action games, I mean, now that we're looking at the gallery, it does look like there's a lot of enemy variety, even though a lot of them are just like, this is just a dude in heavier armor, this is a dude in white armor versus black armor. So a lot of those enemy types are actually the same, but I would have preferred more, but I can understand why, because they didn't want to have too many different finishing animations on the enemies as well. And a lot of these action games, like if you play Devil May Cry and stuff like that too, don't have that many enemy varieties, because on higher difficulties, the whole point is for you to hone your craft against those specific enemies. If they have too many, it becomes too much. Although I'm sure people that actually play this game for the difficulty would probably appreciate that. The environment's expansive, beautiful. The first area in Tokyo, there was just so much going on in the background, which is really cool. They really set the stage. It looked pretty. Even the sewers with like the nightclub in it was really interesting. I was afraid that would hurt my eyes, but it was an interesting approach. And then like the valley was okay, pretty par for the course for that type of setting. The Dragon's Maw area was a little bit more boring, but only because we'd seen a lot of that stuff before, but it was still like good and had a lot of traversal. It brought together again all the rails, all the grappling, all the gliders, the surfboard, all together into like seamless sequences without having to like load or anything like in between. Like that's really, really good. Pretty much all those things, like if you're just playing this game for the combat, which most people are, it is almost the pinnacle of what you could probably reach with Ninja Gaiden, I would say. I think the main areas where it kind of fails are story, which is not the focus of the game, so I understand that, and the end of the game. So story-wise, par for the course, Ninja Gaiden's never really been about the story. There's like mumbo-jumbo in the background that's kind of hard to follow, and then the actual story is very straightforward. Not really that interesting. They try to do some new stuff with the story here, which I appreciate, but never really got it going. Yakumo and Ryu are both pretty, like they're cool characters, but they're both pretty like non-existent in the personality category. Like they're pretty non-existent in personality, and they're almost even the same in that way. I guess what separates Yakumo is that at least he had a bunch of people on comms with him, so he had like Umi and Misaki and Sayori always talking in his ear. I wouldn't say always though, they didn't talk that much, which is good because it sucks when they talk too much. but it added a little bit of extra opportunity for personality or like banter, and he never really does that. While with Ryu, he never has people, well, he barely has people in comms with him. Once in a while, he'll run into Rachel and Ayane, they'll exchange a couple words, and that's it. In the third game, he had Mizuki, but she only talks for a couple chapters, and she just says really straightforward things like, there's the enemy, go to the objective, like that kind of stuff. So they had an opportunity to develop Yakumo as more of a personality. Even, you know, even him being stoic and quiet, they can still work with and give him a personality, but they didn't. So whatever. Sayori had the potential to be adding more personality to the game when we first met her, but then after that, it was very clear that she was just an accessory to the story, and then she didn't even appear that much. I wish that they developed her relationship with Yakumo a little bit more, but I guess, you know, all Ninja Gaiden games have like a Bond girl that just kind of appears for the sake of the story and then doesn't really do too much, and then you don't really learn too much about her, and then she disappears and becomes a cameo in the next game, or in this case, she dies. So I wish that they developed her personality with Yakumo a bit more, so it felt a bit more realistic when he was like sad when she finally did sacrifice herself, and it felt more like she was actually like entrusting the world to Yakumo. But again, the game's not really about the story, I think. And then Ayane just was there. She served absolutely no purpose other than just to be there for people to go, whoa, she's there. Which, I get it, it's a cameo. I'm glad they didn't try to cram in like Ayane and Momiji and Rachel and Mizuki and Irene. It would have been like too much. There's all the Bond girls in the previous games is too much. So I'm glad they didn't do that. And they wanted like a fresh start, so they didn't want to have too many references to the previous games. So I get it. I get it. I think the most disappointing thing about the game is, well, actually no, before I talk about this, also I just wish there were more cutscenes in the game. Like I said, someone posted all the cutscenes in this game, and I think it's like somewhere between an hour and a half long, and that includes the boss fights and the dialogue that happens like between fights. So I'm sure if you only had cutscenes alone, it would be under an hour. Some chapters didn't even have a cutscene to start or end the chapter, which I found weird. Even though some of the chapters continued off of each other, I get it. They didn't want to have like long chapters, so instead they just took long story arcs and divided them into 3 chapters. So we spent like 3 chapters in Tokyo at the beginning. We've spent 4 chapters at the Wind Valley. We've spent 3 chapters in the sewers. But essentially each of those is just one long chapter, just with save points in between them. So I get that there's no transitions between them, but it just felt like, oh, we're starting a new chapter. Oh, there's no cutscene. We're just right into it, and there's no conclusion. So I kind of wish they did that, but I understand for gameplay reasons why they didn't. But for like storytelling reasons, I think it would have been advantageous just to add in a couple extra cutscenes, especially since the cutscenes they did have were pretty cool. I think the worst part about this game was actually today's stream. Of the 3 streams we've done, today was the worst one because we started off playing as Ryu. And I was like, okay, cool, we're playing as Ryu. He's a little different than Yakumo. He controls kind of the same. He's a little slower, but he's tankier. He has ninjutsu instead of different weapons, so sure, I can get that. But they really just did the Devil May Cry 4 thing, where it's like you're switching from Nero to Dante, and then Dante just goes back to areas we've already been to as Nero. Same map, fight the same bosses, except like abbreviated. And that's exactly what Ryu did. It was like, let's go to maps we've already done before, do them as Ryu, make them shorter. Like, his chapters are only like 20 minutes long. Like, all the chapters with Yakumo were like 40 minutes long at least. So like, give him these short chapters where we retread old ground, fight the exact same boss. I get it, they want to reuse assets and be efficient, but it just felt like a little lazy. And like, story-wise, it also just made the story a bit more silly, because it went to show that like, oh, Ryu knows what's happening. We've already done all this before. Sayori's been through all this stuff. Same bosses, same song and dance. It kind of made Ryu look like a jerk, if you think about it. And then not only that, but like the Wind Valley area for Snake, or it's not Snake. I keep thinking Snake because you guys keep shouting Snake in the chat. The Wind Valley area for Ryu, that was the longest chapter for Yakumo. It was 4 chapters long. For Ryu, they just plopped him off at the end and then gave him a gauntlet fight and then the boss. Like, even lazier than making him retread the old ground. Which was so weird. It was just so weird. And then the last 2 chapters of the game, you play as Ryu again in the present. He goes through another short little section, fights one unique enemy, the only unique enemy is in his entire campaign, who wasn't even like much of a boss. Felt more like a mini boss. And then you switch to Yakumo only for 1 chapter at the end, after having not played him for 4 chapters. Speed him through a short area, boss fight, short area, boss fight, boss fight. Didn't feel like a very satisfactory conclusion. And the fight with the Dark Dragon, the first phase, where I'm just like throwing shurikens at him, didn't feel that fun. He kept, every time he lashed in, I barely had a chance to slash at him with my sword, and then every time he did, the camera would just kind of zoom in on him and he'd go invisible because he clipped through the camera. The last fight was good, but the second last fight with the Dark Dragon was, it felt weird, especially since they built up that we needed the sword to fight him, and it was like, yeah, we might as well just not use the sword on him, right? So I really, really don't like how they did the last, that would make it the last 5 chapters of the game, which is kind of sad. It's like an entire third of the game, although third of the game chapter-wise, not a third of the game time-wise. I can understand why they might have done it that way, but I just find that part very disappointing, because everything was great up until then, and then they just kind of dropped the ball at the end with that. Speaking of which, with the story at the end, also no real like resolution. I mean, yes, he kills the dragon. He like barely talks to Umi at the end. She has nothing to say to him, and then you just see him like parkouring across the skyscape. They even built an entire level for the credits, and they couldn't even be bothered to build an entire level for Ryu. And then we don't see what happened to Kagachi. We don't see if he's still alive, although I'm assuming he might be dead. We don't get like some kind of closure with Sayori. I know she's dead, but could have had some reminiscing about her. Ryu doesn't appear at all at that point. Like, it just feels like there was no real satisfactory following action to go along. And I know these games don't usually have that, but like even some games during the credits, sometimes you see like I don't know, pictures of things that might have happened after the game, so you can at least like use your imagination. But this game didn't have that either. So hard to kind of judge that as it is. The levels were linear, but there was just enough exploration for some of them where you can go find items, which I think is good. Too linear is too boring. Too much exploration for a game like this doesn't really work, because the point of this game is to quickly move from action to action. I think the pacing was okay. Some areas were just kind of like... Some areas felt like a little stretched out, like the Wind Valley felt a little stretched out. Some areas of the Dragon's Maw felt a little stretched out, but in the end it was fine. Or there'd be like too many like traversal, fight, traversal, fight, traversal, fight, instead of like traversal, 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 fight, 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 traversal. But maybe that's just my more personal preference for some of those areas. I didn't really feel it as a chore during those parts. Again, the first 2 streams went really well. I think it's just today's stream that was a little disappointing only because of that. So I can say, you know, if you're looking for an action game, high octane action, fun action as well, and if you want a challenge or if you want it easier, which is fine, this game pretty much meets all your criteria. I think it's a really good action game, best one we played in a very long time. Just don't go in expecting an amazing story, which you shouldn't, because no Ninja Gaiden games have been. But I think it would have been a good opportunity if they had decided to make the story a little interesting. They just chose not to. But what can you do? I had a good time playing it, but I'm glad that we're done for now, because I want to play more Pokemon afterwards. Oh yeah, and the new weapons they had for Yakumo were actually really fun. I knew he'd have different weapons from Ryu, but I wasn't expecting like the box weapon, for example. That one was actually really cool, but weird to use, but it was cool. And each weapon had 2 forms. That was cool. I'm glad they didn't just rehash the same weapons from before. So this game does have DLC coming out for it next year. I already bought the deluxe upgrade for the extra costumes, which means that I will be playing the DLC when it comes. It's slated for 2026 sometime. It says that it's going to give new weapons, or 1 new weapon for Yakumo and 1 new weapon for Ryu, and it's going to take place after the game. So it might be like some kind of epilogue, I don't know. So maybe it'll bring to conclusion some of the things that I complained about. Who knows? No, so I would not compare this game to the DMC reboot. I think this game's more like DMC 4. Like, Ninja Gaiden 1, 2, and 3 is like DMC 1, 2, and 3, and then this game is like DMC 4. So it's not like DMC reboot. It's more like 4. It actually almost exactly follows the same formula. New main character for the first 2/3 of the game. You switch to the old main character. You go back and replay bosses and sections you've already done with him, and then it ends with like, I was gonna say lackluster ending, but DMC4 ending was okay. So yeah, not DMC reboot, DMC4, which is fine. I actually like 4. It's like my favorite DMC, but I don't like the structure of the Dante switching and retreading old ground, which is what they do in this game. So, but that's really my only complaint. Like, I know I spent a long time talking about that, but really, this is a good game if you're looking for an action game. Again, you gotta know what you want before going into it. If you're expecting something different, you might be disappointed. But if you just want some high-octane, fuel, cool-looking action, yeah, this is it. This is it. I think that's really all I have to say. Overall impressions, good. Room for improvement, but good. I look forward to seeing what they do with Ninja Gaiden going forward. I mean, they did say this is the year of the ninja, because they released Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, and then Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, and then Ninja Gaiden 4. So we'll see where the series goes from here. But thank you so much for coming to the stream. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys had a good time following along with this game. And if you're interested, try it out for yourself. No, I'm talking about games that come from this studio. That's what I'm talking about. This studio, when they announced all these games, they announced all 3 of them at the same time. They called it, this is the year of the ninja. That's why I'm not talking about other ninja series. Because like, the new Shinobi game came out this year too. But, like, Koei Tecmo said, this is the year of the ninja. These are the 3 Ninja Gaiden games we're bringing back this year. Thank you so much. Let's find someone to raid. Let's see who's on. A few people that we haven't seen in a while. Shio is streaming. Let's go say hi to Shio. They are doing a chatting stream. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Pokemon. Take care. Bye, froggy friends.